This video shows what to do if your HP printer does not pick up or feed paper from the input tray when you do have paper loaded, and an out of paper error message displays on the printer's control panel or on your computer. Sometimes the problem can be fixed by resetting the printer. First, make sure the printer is turned on. If it is off, press the power button to turn it on. Turn to the back of the printer. Disconnect the power cord from the printer. Then, disconnect the other end of the power cord from its power source. Wait 15 seconds. It is important to wait the full 15 seconds for this type of reset. Reconnect the power cord to its power source. Then, reconnect the other end of the power cord into the printer. Return to the front of the printer. If the printer does not turn on automatically, press the power button to turn it on. Slide out the input tray. Align a stack of paper by tapping it on a flat surface. Load paper into the input tray until it stops. Slide the paper width guides inward until they stop at the edge of the paper. Do not push the guides in so tightly that they start to bend the paper. Slide in the input tray. Try printing a page directly from the printer's control panel to see if the issue is resolved. On the printer's control panel, touch the settings icon. This icon looks like a small wrench. Touch Tools. Then, touch Printer Status Report. If the page prints successfully, the issue is resolved. You can resume printing as normal. If the page does not print, go on to the next step. Often the condition of the paper you are using can cause paper not to feed correctly. Slide out the input tray. Remove the paper from the input tray. Check for obstructions inside the paper tray. Use a flashlight to view the mechanism inside the tray to make sure nothing is blocking the paper from engaging with the rollers. If any obstructions are found in the paper path, skip to the next step. Examine the condition of the paper you removed from the paper tray. Remove any damaged paper. Make sure there are at least 10 sheets of plain white paper, but no more than 25 sheets in the stack. The printer can hold more sheets of paper, but this number is best for testing. Make sure all the paper is the same size and type, and then align the stack of paper by tapping it on a flat surface. Load paper into the input tray until it stops. Slide the paper width guides inward until they stop at the edge of the paper. Do not push the guides in so tightly that they start to bend the paper. Slide in the input tray. Try printing a page directly from the printer's control panel to see if the issue is resolved. On the printer's control panel, touch the settings icon. This icon looks like a small wrench. Touch Tools. Then, touch Printer Status Report. If the page prints successfully, the issue is resolved. You can resume printing as normal. If the page does not print, go on to the next step. The printer rollers get dirty from dust, paper fiber, and other debris. In this step, you will clean the rollers. Before you begin, gather the following cleaning materials: clean, lint-free cloth, clean cotton swabs, clean water. Distilled or bottled water is preferable but not required. Do not use alcohol or other chemical cleaners. Slide out the input tray and remove the paper. Press the power button to turn off the printer. Turn to the back. Disconnect the power cord. If present, remove the USB cable from the printer. Return to the front. Open the cartridge access door. Locate the cleanout door handle near the back of the printer. Grasp the handle and pull the cleanout door up and out to remove it from the printer and set it aside. Clean the rollers visible in the printer with a clean, lint-free cloth lightly moistened with water. The cloth should be damp, but not soaking wet. Wipe each roller and use your finger to turn the roller up as you finish cleaning a section of the roller. Make sure you remove any buildup or debris from the entire surface of the rollers. Wait for the rollers to dry completely. Once the rollers are dry, reinsert the cleanout door and gently press down until it snaps into place. Close the cartridge access door. Using both hands, gently rotate the printer until it rests on its side. Make sure the scanner lid is secure while rotating. Look for the paper pick rollers near the back of the printer. Moisten a cotton swab with water. Blot the swab on the cloth to remove excess water. The swab should be damp, but not soaking wet. Clean the rollers with a moistened cotton swab, removing any buildup or debris. Use your finger to turn the roller up as you finish cleaning a section of the roller. These rollers are difficult to reach, but they are the most important to clean. If these rollers inside the printer are not cleaned, this problem will continue because these are the rollers that feed the paper into the printer. Allow the rollers to dry completely. Using both hands, gently rotate the printer and return it to its original, upright position. Make sure the scanner lid is secure while rotating. Open the cartridge access door. Look inside the cartridge access area for any loose objects that might have shifted while turning the printer over. Remove any objects you find. Close the cartridge access door. Turn to the back. Reconnect the power cord. Return to the front. Press the power button to turn on the printer. Align a stack of paper by tapping it on a flat surface. Load paper into the input tray until it stops. Slide the paper width guides inward until they stop at the edge of the paper. Do not push the guides in so tightly that they start to bend the paper. Slide in the input tray. Try printing a page directly from the printer's control panel to see if the issue is resolved. On the printer's control panel, touch the Settings icon. This icon looks like a small wrench. Touch Tools. Then, touch Printer Status Report. If the page prints successfully, attempt to print the original document again. If the issue is resolved, there is no need to continue troubleshooting. If the test page prints, but the original document does not, continue to the next solution. If the page does not print, try printing it again. Listen for the paper pick rollers. You should be able to hear them rotating. Then, try slowly pushing the paper farther into the printer until the rollers engage to pick up the paper. Only push one sheet of paper, and do not push it in too quickly or too far, as this can cause paper jams. If the page does not print when slowly pushing the paper farther in, repeat the previous step to clean the rollers. If the issue continues after repeated cleaning, go on to the next step. If the page prints when slowly pushing the paper farther in, try printing your original document again. The paper might not have been loaded far enough into the printer. If the issue is resolved, there is no need to continue troubleshooting. If the paper only feeds through the printer when you slowly push it farther in, repeat the previous step to clean the paper pick rollers again. If the issue continues after repeated cleaning, go on to the next step. Next, you will make sure the paper settings in the print driver match the settings for the paper you are trying to use. On your computer, return to the document you are trying to print when the issue occurred. On your keyboard, press Ctrl and P to open the Printing Properties window. Click Printer Properties. When the Printer Properties box opens, click the Paper Quality tab. Select the Paper Size drop-down menu and then choose the appropriate paper size. Select the Media drop-down menu and choose the appropriate paper type. Click OK, and then click Print to print the document. If the document prints successfully, the issue is resolved. If the document does not print, go on to the next step. If you've tried everything described in this video and you still have a problem, your printer likely needs some type of service. Your options for service might vary, depending on how long you've owned it and what country you live in. Contact HP to find out what the support options are for your printer. You can find additional helpful videos at hp.com/support videos and on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/HP printer support.